What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Break.
That's right.
I'm Officer Macy with the Wichita Police Department Public Information Unit, joined by Paul Cruz.
That's right, Officer Paul Cruz. Happy to be here. Ditch cannot make it
Ditch
today.
is not here today. It's just me and Paul.
That's it.
Sorry, Ditch. You're missing out today because we have some exciting stuff lined up.
We got some great stuff lined up. We're going to be having the Juvenile Intervention Unit that's going to be with us today, talking about all that they do. And
they do a lot.
They do a tremendous amount of work with our youth. They work directly with our local Wichita youth. They get involved with a lot of things. And they're going to bring a lot of information that I think most of our community members probably didn't know. How they work, and then how they continuously bring together, or they bring everybody to the table to work together and collaborate. So, real excited. Alex and Danielle will be here shortly, and we'll get to talk to them. We had a lot of events that took place this weekend.
It was
a lot of fun.
weekend.
It was really busy. So,
did you make it out to the bike rodeo?
I did. I actually took my daughters. They went out there and they had a lot of fun. It was interesting because my oldest was like, she was wanting to go to the YMCA.
Yeah.
She's been telling me, hey, I want to go to the YMCA. I want to go. Well, we went to the Wichita Bike Rodeo that was put on by the Wichita Police Foundation. And so after we got home, she comes up to me and she goes, Dad, I'm never going to argue with you or suggest anything because she said she had a lot of fun and enjoyed herself. And she's like, next time when we want to go somewhere, I'm just going to listen because that was a ton of fun.
She didn't want to go?
No, she didn't want to go. And so after she was there, I didn't tell her there was going to be face painting or anything.
Oh,
and
so you undersold it.
Yeah, I did.
Was that strategic?
No, that was intentional, yeah. And then after I got home, she goes, Dad, I'm definitely going to listen to the events that you want to go to because I had a lot of fun. She's like, I got stuff. I got a bicycle helmet. I got this. I got that. And so she had a lot of fun. And I think every kid that was there. So they had an agility course that was put on by the Wichita Police Department. The officers, they were running it. They had free face painting. They had water. They were handing out water to stay hydrated by Crazy J's. They had also helmets that were being given away to anybody that went there that needed a helmet or that wanted one.
And they have some e-bikes out there,
They had some e-bikes.
Those are cool. I want an e-bike.
Those
have you
are
ridden one?
No, I haven't.
Charlie's ridden them around. Like
Charlie is
the Windsurge games. He would always ride it around.
Yeah,
it always seemed like a blast.
Yeah, well, for a while there, Charlie kept promoting that he was biking, but not biking or not pedaling.
Yeah, because you don't have to pedal. You you just go and it goes.
Have you ridden one?
No, I haven't. I tried to get bike trained like 2 times, and both times I got bumped off the list because of seniority, and then I got bumped off because of COVID the second time.
Oh, no.
So I am not a bike certified officer, so I'm not allowed
That's
to ride bikes in an official capacity. I can ride a bike at home by myself with no training wheels, but I can't ride a bike at work, which is sad.
Well, it's I'm sure I haven't ridden an electric bike, but I'm assuming it's a lot easier. It's similar. I heard one of them actually has a throttle, so all you have to do is.
I think they all do.
They all do.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cheating.
It's
not even biking. What do you?
Right.
Well, hey, it's the point is to get to place quickly, especially for those officers that are on bike patrol. So I get it. It's all right. We had a powerful week this week because it's Police Memorial Week. It's National Police Week. So we had several Wichita Police Department members, officers that were representing the Wichita Police Department in Washington at the Memorial Week. In D.C., absolutely.
Not the West Coast, Washington.
Yeah, not the West Coast, Washington, D.C.
We got some pictures, too.
Let's show those.
From that. We have, there's Clay Germany. Captain Clay Germany was added to the memorial this year around. And then we had our honor guard staff and Captain Duff there, another officer standing in front of the memorial. So really exciting that they got to take that trip and be part of that. And if you're interested in watching the whole ceremonies on YouTube, where they go through and they read all the names of the officers who were added to the memorial, it's a really powerful thing to watch. So really cool. And then we'll have our own ceremony coming up this week. So.
It is our own ceremony taking place this Friday. So, yeah, it was interesting. That link, by the way, you can find on our Facebook page. We posted some of these pictures on our Facebook. You can look at the link, get to watch the ceremony if you didn't get to read it. Obviously, they're recognizing the falling officers that this year, from last year, as well as some this year. And also they recognize the canine. So we also recognize Canine Rooster was also recognized. So what an honor for our officers to be there and represent us, and also represent Captain Clay Germany as well as his family. So kind of a tough week, but at the same time an important one that we need to honor and remember our fallen. So please go to our Facebook page if you haven't had an opportunity to watch that video.
Yeah.
So we're getting up to, it's basically time for our guests to come in.
Yeah, you want to bring them in?
Yeah.
Let's get a refill, and
absolutely.
We'll be back.
Welcome back, Wichita. And now that we got a refill and we got our coffee, really excited because the Juvenile Intervention Unit is here. So we have Officer Avendano, Alex, and then Officer Watson, who's here with us.
Yes,
welcome, guys. So as part of coffee break, we first try to ask our guests who you are. Who's Alex? Who's Danielle? Tell us a little bit about yourself outside of just law enforcement and being an officer. Something that you can share with the public.
Well, first of all, I love the radio voice that you just turned on.
Absolutely, you have to.
He's
That's
got
pretty
it.
good.
He's got it on
I
lock.
got it. I got it on
good.
lockdown. That's what I do.
Man, you're talented.
Thank you. I
You want
appreciate
to go
it.
first?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for having us. I want to. I had to do it, man. I had to make fun of you because every time I hear you in person, you sound way different on the podcast.
I'm
You
not
got this
even
like deep
aware
voice.
that my voice changes.
I'm
It's
And I
his-
listen to it, and I'm
It's
like,
his
it sounds-
reporter voice back in his
sounds
reporter
different.
days.
Oh, his reporter
I like
Yeah.
it though. I
My
like it.
reporter voice was even different than
It
that.
was?
Yeah.
So you have multiple
It's like,
voices?
I'm here on scene at an active situation. Like it's not me. You know what I mean? Like
I do like it.
I try to
Just
keep
like
it
you drop it
authentic,
down
but-
like.
So you,
Hello.
so you guys knew that we were going to come on here and have a little fun, right?
Oh, well, whenever
That's what
you
we
two
do.
are anywhere, we know that there's
Absolutely.
probably going to be something
Absolutely.
hilarious taking place, or something,
Yeah.
out of the norm.
Okay.
It's always comical when you guys are here. So
We try to
Back
try
on
to keep
task
it
though.
fun.
Let's get it back on task.
You go first.
All right. So who
Wow, he
am
reined
I?
you in real quick. It was like, yep, stop.
This is what I have to
Stop.
do when we're recording videos because he just gets all out there. This is the first time
You
I
go-
get to have fun.
You go down rabbit holes and don't come back.
Yeah,
Got it.
I don't know what that means.
he's Alice in Wonderland.
I get to have fun this time. Like I get to just enjoy the conversation and
No, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
because
Yeah,
I
we
don't have
get
to do any of the editing or anything afterwards.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't have to
The post-production.
pay attention to the camera or nothing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, me. So there's really a lot about me. There's a lot of things that I like to do. First off, I'm a father, grandpa.
Oh, wow.
Recently,
Wow.
10-month old.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 10-month-old grandpa. Let's see. I got 2 brothers. They all live down in Mexico, where I was from Matamoros. Moved here when I was 14 to Wichita. Went to Southeast High School. What I love to do is I love to play the guitar a little bit, play the drums. I like to draw. I like art. And my favorite thing to really do on my days off is riding my motorcycle. So that's probably what I spent most of my free time doing, is riding my bike or spending time with the family.
And you're a barber, right?
Yeah. So
Don't forget that. You got
if
to make a plug. Might as well.
I'm always working. I'm always doing something. I actually just officiated a wedding this past Saturday. So
Oh, wow.
You're a
I
minister
do-
too.
You're a minister too?
Second one. Yeah.
Wow.
He does it all.
I do a little bit of
all
everything.
trades.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a lot.
Yeah. So I would be in here for a long time just talking about everything I do.
That's awesome, though. That's good. That's a way to keep yourself busy, do a lot of things. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
So my turn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your turn.
All right. Well, I am the Officer Watson. Born and raised here in Wichita, Kansas.
He said not to talk about the Officer Watson.
Okay. Quit interrupting me.
Is that were you born with the name Officer?
Danielle Watson. Born and raised here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm a father also, a grandfather also. Our grandkids are 2 days apart.
Wow.
No way. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's
cool.
cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we're gonna do play dates this summer. Bring the kids out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, your kids are so cute," and I'm like, "Actually, it's grandkids." I know we look good. But no. Besides work, I love to work out. Actually, finishing up my 200-hour yoga instructors certification. So next month, can we do some yoga sessions for coffee break or
We
what?
could try some coffee break yoga.
Coffee
maybe
break yoga?
Like,
yoga in the
Sure.
park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty excited about that. It's been pretty intense. But besides that, I just love spending time with family, traveling. I already talked about working out, and then I like to do different part times and stuff besides our regular job. I like to work a lot and save so I can do the traveling. So
You forgot to say you like to eat a lot.
Ooh, I love to eat.
Who doesn't though? Who
Actually,
doesn't?
I was gonna mention that and I forgot. Wichita, we don't lack restaurants.
No, we have
No.
some great.
So-
Yeah, we have some awesome food.
What's one
Can
of your
I
favorite
plug my
restaurants?
favorite?
What's your favorite?
Sabor Latin Grill downtown.
You go there a lot, don't you?
Oh, I
That
love
place
that
is good.
place.
That place is
Amazing.
good.
They've got good
Yeah.
ceviche.
They know me by name or face.
So why yoga though? Let me go back to that for a second.
Man, that's a good question.
I mean, because I would expect it to be,
Powerlifting.
yeah, something like that, and then
yeah.
But
That's a good question. So why yoga? 2016, I was in a car wreck, and so I've had low back pain. Also because of the equipment that we wear causes low back pain for a lot of officers. But yoga for first responders was part of our department for a while, and so that's what got me in. And then I found a studio, Limitless Yoga Studio here in town, and started going consistently, and I was hooked. And it's more than the physical aspect, it's more of the mental, because what people don't realize is as officers, we see a lot of trauma, secondary trauma.
Yep.
And so I noticed once I was doing yoga consistently, I would sleep better, I was in better moods, and I was like, man, what's going on? And so as I've studied the principles of yoga, I've learned how to reset my nervous system when, we have that adrenaline dump, when something happens. And I'm part of our wellness team for WPD. And so actually my goal is to continue to bring different wellness stuff to officers because we see and do a lot that people don't realize.
yeah, it's so important to have that neurological reset when and really give yourself that break and focus on that. Something we, like you mentioned a couple podcasts ago, is something we don't really focus on. We go to the doctor, we go to the dentist, we do all these checkups, but we don't do that for our own mental health. So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switching gears, I see you got some shirts on. Tell us about what the Juvenile Intervention Unit is, and then what's with the shirts. Why? What's Positive Blues?
So, Juvenile Intervention Unit, what we do is we try to help the kids, connecting kids with resources in our community, connecting them to programs, education, employment, trying to help them be successful, get them out of the gang lifestyle or the violent criminal mentality into more positive paths. And then we try to help the parents too and connect them with resources and try to help to bring that family structure and try to help the kids in our city. And then the shirts, we actually got these made for Watson's birthday last year. But it's our YouTube channel, Positive Blues. It was something that we started. It's pretty new still. We haven't really kicked the wheels off on it. We just want to share some behind the scenes about the police department. Also share a little bit of what's going on in our city and tips and things for kids or parents. Some like gang violence, like gang awareness type videos, how to change a tire, how to prepare for an interview, things like that.
It's so interesting because in today's and what we're seeing with the youth today and all the incidents of violence and it's such a need for this unit. And I imagine it could also be challenging working with the youth, and I work with several nonprofits, and it's not easy. It's not easy trying to have an impact in our community, but it's awesome that we have that space and that in your guys' unit here within the Wichita Police Department. And they're also on TikTok. You guys are also on TikTok. I got a couple videos. I've seen a couple already. They're pretty powerful, especially as it was relating to drug sales on social media involving our youth. So that's awesome that you guys are doing this, that you're completely committed, and I mean, down to where you guys make shirts. That's awesome. So it's what has been one story or one thing that has stuck out or during the past year and a half that you may want to share about, maybe a story that you can talk about?
Well, the stories actually relate, and it's actually as recent as last week. There was a young lady that was brought to my attention from one of my past coworkers when I was in the unit, and he said, "Hey, met this young lady. I think she could benefit from what you guys do." Long story short, she's been in foster care most of her life, resided northern Kansas, knew that Wichita had more resources than most cities, and so she came here to turn herself in to be in the foster care system. So I went to the children's home, interviewed her, and man, just hearing her story, I actually called him after I left and broke down just a little bit. People don't realize, man, we kind of get attached to some of these kids.
Oh, I bet.
Because, man, a lot of them, the family structure isn't there, and so we are their village.
Yeah,
you know, it
that's
takes
it.
a village to raise a child, and so instantly, I just told her, I said, I'm in your corner as much as you want me to be. And so we were out to lunch, this whole lunch thing again. We like to eat. And I get this message on my phone that says, "Hey, I forgot to invite you to my graduation." I was like, "Who's this?" Well, she had changed her number. And so she said, "Hey, it's me. I want you to be there." And so we were there. And so as her support system, it was me, Avi, another social worker that she had connected with, that social worker's dad, and another young lady who's also in foster care. That was her support system.
Wow.
And so she has goals, aspirations, dreams. You know, I do recommendation letters for her, helped her get a job here in town. And so she's really setting herself up for success. But that's kind of what we do. The non-traditional policing, you know, this is a kid that could be out, you know, selling drugs, or you know, the human trafficking is huge in this area, but she decided to take a step, got connected with us, and now she graduated from high school. So it's
That's
powerful.
awesome. What a powerful story.
Yeah, pretty powerful.
And those are the things that a lot of people probably don't see. They don't get to see it the way we do, through our eyes, through our experiences of working with youth, and it's sometimes overwhelming. It's pretty overwhelming. We've had other incidents where we had a juvenile. The parents they called us. They said they don't want to deal with the kid anymore. You know, and it's just baffling, right? What do we do?
We actually get that a lot.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. So that leads me to the next question. What's your day-to-day work? If there's a parent, or if there's someone out there that needs the help, wants to get you guys connected, or needs to connect with you guys to help out some of our youth, tell us what that looks like, how you can help, how they can get connected. Maybe one of our youth out there is going to watch this and say, "Hey, you know what? I could probably need help. I need someone in my corner as well. What do I need to do? How do I get a hold of you guys?"
So you talked about the social media earlier. TikTok, we're on Facebook under Officer Alex Avendano, TikTok and Instagram under Avi50, it's AVIFIVE and the number 0. We're on YouTube, Positive Blues. If you just search Positive Blues and put Wichita, usually pops up right away. But then we're also on the website on wichitapolice.com. If you go under gang felony assault, and then there's a Juvenile Intervention Unit tab on there. And there's also even a referral form. So if you're a neighbor, a teacher, or somebody, you can actually fill out the referral form, and it comes right to our emails, and we can reach out to people. But I mean, our numbers are pretty much everywhere on all of that social media. We've had here pretty recently, we've had people that either want to help us and work with us, and we've actually taken them out to events or to talk to kids. Some pretty powerful stories from people we've met recently. But then we've also had other kids that have reached out or sent a message and said, hey, I'm struggling with this, I need some help, and we've connected that way too. So really just anywhere that you see us, that's what we want to do. That's what our job is to connect with the community. So if you see us out and about at the schools, we visit the schools all the time. Mm-hmm. You see one of our videos or something that sparks an idea or maybe something that you're going through and you want to reach out. There's really like just endless ways of getting a hold of us. So
we talk a lot about recent trends involving, juvenile crime on the rise and things like that. And we talk a lot about like what the WPD is doing to address that. But what's something that you guys have seen as kind of a need for, like, it takes a village to raise a kid. So what's some stuff that like the regular person can do to kind of make an impact on the kids in their lives and keep them from going down in that path?
So what's interesting is we have a lot of people in the community that want to do good things. And so we have great organizations. You talked about the organizations you're in. Mm-hmm. We're on boards for McAdams Academy, which is an alternative school. League 42, which is held at McAdams Park. It's named Carl Brewer Center now, mm-hmm. right? He's part of Safe Streets. And so if they want to join some of these nonprofits to help bridge the gap between police and community, that's really what we need, because we can, once they bring the kids to us, we can assess them, but we can't be the ones to, always be there for them. We need the community to kind of be that buffer to bring more of the village around. And so, I mean, we have different fraternities, sororities, different groups that are doing good things. We just all need to come together so these kids don't fall through the cracks.
And work with each other. I work with Real Member Heroes, and that's constantly the need is funding,
yes.
collaboration. There's Rise Up for Youth, there's mm-hmm. Youth Horizons. There's so many organizations. There's a lot. But we definitely still continue to need that support from the community. Mm-hmm. And I think there's so many, but it's we need to centralize it, right?
And so here's the deal. 2017, Chief at the time, he did centralize it. Mm-hmm. And so we have the Youth Advocacy Coalition. Mm-hmm. And so we meet every third Wednesday, 1 o'clock via Zoom. If they're interested, they can email me, they can email Avi. But we meet and we just bring everybody who's doing anything for kids, and we collaborate.
That's awesome.
In 2017 through maybe before COVID, it was pretty big. Once COVID hit, I know we always talk about COVID, it kind of declined, and then the young lady that was running it, facilitating the meetings, she since moved on. And so we met with Wichita State, one of the doctoral students, and they wanted to be involved. And so we said, hey, help us facilitate this meeting again. Right. We still have a lot of the names, and so she did that. It's Stormy Malone is her name. She's a doctoral student at Wichita State. And so she organizes the meetings, does the notes, everything like that, and we are the MCs. And so
we actually have that meeting tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Well, you want to make an invite? Put a shout out for anybody who might want to participate.
Yeah, absolutely. If they want to participate, dwatson@wichita.gov. What's your email?
J Avendano. It's JAVENDANO. I forgot how to spell my name there for a second. Man, I had to pause. There's so many letters, I forget how many I haven't said.
That's just funny.
You made me nervous, man.
You know what? Why don't you just share your phone number?
I know, man. It's, just find me on social media. That's the easiest way.
Actually, that is the easiest way. So hopefully we can put all his social media up. But yeah, get a hold of us because summertime is here.
Yeah.
And so when we meet, even if you can't make the meetings, like I said, Stormy does notes, and so we'll facilitate those notes and get those out via email. So you don't really miss much.
I do want to add one other thing to what you were saying is, and we do need parents to be more nosy with their kids, to get more involved in their lives. Neighbors, if you see a kid that's getting into trouble, just get involved in that kid's life. You know, just even if you're just acknowledging that kid, or maybe sharing some words of wisdom with the kid and kind of mentor, because that's a lot of what we're seeing is the kids are lacking a lot of love and a lot of attention. So
And to not be super real, but we need more men. We need more men to raise these boys to be men. And that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Because when we get these calls, it's mama, it's auntie,
It's abuelita.
yeah, it's cousins, and they're like, we can't control him.
Right.
We are having a hard time with him. And the first thing I ask everybody, where's dad? I have to ask. And it's either dad's not here, dad's in jail, dad has been murdered. I mean, it's weekly. And I didn't realize when we started this, I realized there was a need, but I didn't realize how much of a need it was.
Yeah.
At times, man, we feel overwhelmed. But I have a heart for it because I grew up without a dad, you know? And so when we go out and we talk to these different groups, that's the message. I'm real with them, you know? I didn't have a dad. Even at the age of 40, I'll be 41 in a couple of weeks. You know, I still, you know, yearn for what could have been.
Right.
And so I understand
Right.
what these kids are going through.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
looking for love and affection in all the wrong places.
Right.
And they join these groups, and then these groups are involved in illegal activity, and we have what we've been having. So.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being honest, because I think it's one of those things that'd be a shame for us not to really get at the crux of what's really going on. And this is where we also invite our community to get involved. This is why we say it takes a village. It's such a term. It's such an interesting term that I think when you really get to the crux of what we're seeing all these problems. Can we just acknowledge this? That just happened.
I try to keep a straight face. So
I did. I had to.
You should have just
That's
kept
the
going.
whole
No,
spin.
it was a
Say
moment.
anything, and
It was a
then-
moment, though. We have to acknowledge the moment that happened. But it's true.
I'm kind of impressed at how you recovered from that. I will say
did.
that.
I know.
It's just
Well,
flipped it right back.
And here, we'll do it again. You want to do an instant replay?
Yeah, it won't happen
No,
again.
It won't happen again.
I'm impressed with you guys bringing coffee mugs to coffee break.
Yeah, let's talk
You guys
about
are
your
the
coffee
first ones
mugs.
that have done
Yeah?
that.
Yeah,
So-
well, tell me about it.
I brought two, but is it really coffee mugs if it's not
I don't know.
coffee in it?
I mean,
Well,
it's
3 in
coffee.
the afternoon. I don't blame you if you don't have
Yeah,
coffee.
who drinks coffee in the afternoon?
I drink
I do.
coffee in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Really?
All the way till nighttime. It
Yep.
puts me to sleep, actually. But how old are you?
That's why you
Trevor?
can't spell your name.
30.
Because you're probably the youngest one here, aren't you?
Am I? I'm 30.
Are you? So my mug is 27 years old.
I think my grandma has that mug somewhere.
So yeah, this
She
is
used to have a
27
Tweety Bird
years
one,
old.
too. I think it was like the
It
same
looks new.
style.
It does look new.
I've had it since I was a kid. Like I've had this mug for a really long time. I was trying to find a mug today, and
Is
I had
it
a couple of
sentimental?
them. Yeah, dude. I used to love this mug. I think I put chocolate milk when I was a kid in it, but you know, I've had it since I was like 11 years old.
There's probably kids who don't even know who that character is.
I
who
know
is
that's
that?
a sad thing.
Who is that?
Tasmanian devil.
I knew it. Kind of looks like you.
So tell me about your mugs.
So I brought two mugs. I told you I was a father, you know. My daughter, she's a great gift giver. And so for Father's Day, the last several Father's Day, she's given me like a mug or something. And so this one that I'm holding up has my ID number on it, last name, and then I was Crime Prevention Officer of the Year in 2019.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So it kind of has some of the bio on it. And then my daughter made this one, said, "Thanks for being the world's greatest father." No offense to any of you, father?
I am not.
Okay. But it just has some pictures, some sentimental pictures. And so I like to carry them around every once in a while.
You are more of a mom, though. Let's just make that known out there.
Well, because I'm in touch with my feelings.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
It's-
that.
He's
Nothing
my
wrong
work
with
wife. You know, that's what
Oh,
I call
okay.
it.
I don't
You guys
really,
make a great couple.
I don't really like
You
that.
remind me of my wife a lot, actually. So.
So we got to play a game with you guys. We play a game every time. It's called One Has to Go. This week, today, actually, the day that we're doing this is National Idaho Day. And what's one of the best things that comes from Idaho is potatoes, right?
Yeah.
So this is one
French
has to go
fries.
potato edition. We'll get it up on the screen. You got to choose between French fries, potato chips, mashed potatoes, or baked potatoes. One has to go forever.
That's easy.
Forever.
That's easy.
What are you getting rid of?
Mashed potatoes.
That's
You're
what I was.
crazy.
That's what I would choose too. Mashed potatoes.
Although at Sabor, I hate to plug Sabor again, they have amazing mashed potatoes.
I
But
have not had
continue.
mashed potatoes.
I'm gonna say the potato chips. That's probably what I eat the least.
That's what I was gonna say.
What?
Yeah, get rid of potatoes.
Are
Dude,
you
the
kidding
potato
me?
chips,
Yeah.
like a
You go to-
steak,
no,
the mashed
what?
potato. You gotta have
Yeah,
either the
yeah.
baked,
No,
How
you
can
make
you not
a
have a
baked
steak
potato
with
or
Mashed
the
potato
mashed
with a
potato.
steak. You never do mashed
You
potato.
never
with
do
steak.
mashed
I
potatoes.
do.
Either
Loaded
or.
baked potato.
What about the country fried chicken? You're not gonna put mashed potatoes with that?
I mean, I could have a baked potato with that.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna eat it
Or
with.
fries.
They're gonna eat it with
Dip
chips.
the
Yeah,
fries.
probably.
in
Yeah,
the
they're gonna
gravy
eat
on the
it with
chicken fried
chips. That's
steak.
what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I might.
I don't know, man.
I might too.
Oh,
Mashed
man.
potatoes have to go.
I just think mashed potatoes is the least versatile.
Okay, do you
of the
have
potato
original?
family.
Like, do you make mashed potatoes from scratch, or do you buy the box
I
stuff?
make them from scratch.
Okay, so you're on the go. You're gonna eat some mashed potatoes in the car, or you're gonna grab a bag of chips.
That's what the French
some
fries
French
are
fries.
for.
You
or
can
a
do
baked
French. You can
potato.
do French fries too. But
Or the
ne-
baked potato, yeah.
well, you
just
never
put it
have
in
that
the-
problem because you always go to the places, right?
yeah, that's true.
You don't eat in the car.
He's actually
even
got
mess.
probably some chips in his pocket right now.
Can't just eat one.
Guys, I appreciate you coming. It's you guys are always hilarious, and you at the same time you brought in some real issues.
Yeah.
Once again, if people want to get a hold of you and want to get involved, maybe a phone number. Once a quick last plug, get a hold of you and participate and help out with what's going on with our youth. I mean, if we're honest, we're seeing an increase in a lot of these shootings, incidents. We had the incident at the mall. That happened. So there's a real need, and I think community members that are going to be watching this, we're asking you to also step up, help us be part of the solution.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Like I said, the social media help our channel out grow too, so that we can reach more youth, so they can see what we're doing. My number is 316-928-0930.
And then mine is 316-803-2300. But again, dwatson at wichita.gov, or go to the WPD page and fill out those forms. Those forms are great because it helps us track who's coming through.
Awesome. Well, there you go. We're going to take another quick break, and then we'll be back to finish it up. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
So that was the Juvenile Intervention Unit.
They do a lot. Appreciate you guys coming on the show.
They're so busy.
They are, and there's a lot of need.
It's
you,
insane.
If you weren't able to capture that, I mean, there's just a tremendous amount of need. This is why I work with the nonprofits that I do. This is why, for those of you that either can donate financially or can donate with time and go out, be a volunteer. There's a big need. A lot of these nonprofits need more men and women to help us and volunteer and help us be there for our youth. And a lot of times we hear this term, it takes a village, but I think what we're trying to say, and we really mean it when we say, is that it takes everyone to participate and make this a priority and be part of the lives of these juveniles in order for us to make a difference. So.
Yeah, because people always look to us as a department to try to spearhead solving problems. I mean,
do,
when it comes to crime, that's our job is to help fight crime. But like some of these societal issues that we're seeing that cause these crime trends, we're not going to be able to do it without the support of the community and the help of the people in the community. So that's my main takeaway from conversations with guys like Avendano and Watson, is that you really have to get involved. Everybody does in these kids' lives to make an impact and to actually solve the problems that we're seeing. So props to those guys for continuing, every day to just get out there and keep fighting the good fight and helping fight this thing. So.
Absolutely. So get involved. We're going to wrap it up. We come to the end of the show.
We need questions.
That's right. We do
We
need
still
questions.
we've had like, how many episodes now? Is this episode 6, 7? I've lost track. That's how many episodes we've had. But we have had like 2 or 3 questions sent in. Send your questions to policeweb@wichita.gov. If you have a question about law enforcement, question just for us, we'll answer it on the podcast.
I tell you what, I'm going to make this more interesting. For those of you, if you're willing to, if you submit a question,
Are you going to give a prize?
I'm going to give away a prize.
Ooh.
Yes. So if you
Gun
submit
safe?
a question, we are going to be raffling off a gun safe from Operation Save a Casing, which I know Ditch will make fun of me for giving a plug about.
You always
got
gotta plug Save
I
a
always have
Casing.
to plug Save a Casing. So we're going to be giving away a car gun safe. So for those of you that are willing to submit your questions, we will enter you to raffle and
good
win
idea.
a gun safe.
You
So
just come up with that?
I just came up with that
Just
on the spot
Off the
right
cuff.
now.
I
off
like
the
that.
cuff. That's right.
Now the stakes have never been higher.
Yeah, it's there. Now, in order for you to be able to send us your question, all you have to do is email policeweb@wichita.gov. Policeweb@wichita.gov, and then that will enter you to participate in the raffle for a free car gun safe.
Awesome.
And we have a ton, so we're going to be doing this a lot.
We need to get rid of those things.
That's right. All right, so fun facts.
Fun fact.
Tell us a fun fact about you, Trevor.
I bought a motorcycle last summer,
That's
and
right,
I got a
you did.
motorcycle license. So it's been warmer out, so I've been getting out and
Awesome.
and riding it.
Yeah.
What's your fun fact?
It's, you know what? I bought a motorcycle too.
No way! Did we just become best friends?
I think we did. That's hilarious because so I got my driver's license, my motorcycle license, and I've been wanting to do it for years. I finally got it done, and I got a motorcycle, and I think you got your license as
Yeah,
well.
like 2 weeks after.
2
you
weeks
did.
after, yeah. So it was fun because a couple weeks ago we got to celebrate our good friend Will Robinson, who he was also part of the Wichita Police Department. He was an officer, served our community for several years, and then during his he left and then went to work for security and Quick Trip, and then was fortunately shot and killed. And so we wanted to honor his memory, and we did a ride with several of the officers and friends and family. So that was cool.
That was fun.
You and I got to go.
That was cool.
And so that was fun. And that's a fun fact that we have.
Fun fact.
And then I think it's pretty much time to wrap it up. So
Yeah, follow us on Facebook,
That's right.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you're liking our podcast. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the questions that you're going to send in to win a free gun safe. And we will see you next time on Coffee Break.
see ya.